Hello, citizens, and welcome to maybe not Night Vale, maybe a small suburb just outside of Night Vale. I am your Renegade Community Specialist, Rena Amaranthine, and I will be your host for this panel. And today I am joined by the beautiful and talented Symphony Sanders. Welcome!
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course, we're so excited to have you. And for those who might not know Symphony, what is your personal connection to Night Vale?
Yes. Well, I have been a part of the Night Vale community since 2014 as the voice of Tamika Flynn, the book-wielding hero of Night Vale, now council member Flynn. And I have been in love with doing this show and this character for a very long time.
That's so fun and obviously so exciting. So, did anybody tell you about the Welcome to Night Vale RPG when we were like pitching it, making it, telling everybody about it? Did you get to hear anything
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. I was actually really excited about it because I do a lot of the social media work. So I've been posting about it and getting all the little uh pictures and teasers out, and it looks really cool. I've never played tabletop games myself, but I'm not really. I've played a little bit, like I've gotten into understanding like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that, but like I'm just so excited that everyone seems so excited about this, and I'm like, I want to be in on the fun.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. I've done tabletop games for a long time, so I can attest to how much fun they are. And I really like about Night Vale specifically is that we've put everything into one box. So even if you have never played a tabletop game before, never heard of it, you can just pick up this box, and each of the guides will like walk you through it.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
yeah, and it's so easy. And so I figured let's do some of that today by
Yeah,
walking you through making a character.
so fun.
So my first choice obviously was Tamika, but Tamika is actually already built in
Oh,
our game. So she's in one of our
is she
character guides, I
fabulous?
believe. She's so fabulous. You have no
Uh,
idea.
okay. I love it. I love it.
So then I tried to summon another good related character, and I got to see you last year for the Attic live show in Seattle,
Yeah. Oh,
and
great.
it was so much fun, and I was enchanted with Wretched Gretchen. Uh, whether or not she like was real, what matters is she's real to me and in my heart, and in let me reach into my void right here,
Oh,
and she's real here and now.
are we matching?
Oh my gosh, you are!
Are we matching? I
That's
swear we did not
beautiful.
plan this.
This
That
is
that,
not
that is
planned at all. And Gretchen will just hover there ominously for the duration of this.
as she should. She did for me most on stage during the shows. Yeah, I think
That's
a lot of people connected to Wretched Gretchen.
it's nice to have a favorite childhood doll that occasionally threatened you. I think it's part of growing
Yeah.
up.
Everybody had a spooky little doll in their house that watched them and spoke to them menacingly from a closet. Right?
Assume
Right?
so. It's pretty normal in
Yeah,
Night Vale,
obviously.
so
Hmm.
so let's jump right into the character building because I'm just so excited.
Yeah,
So
same.
step one is always for any Essence 20 game, and of course for Night Vale, is design a character concept. So like who is the character, where did they come from, how do they interact with the world, and so we do have the good base of Gretchen.
Right.
So if Gretchen was a citizen of Night Vale or a visitor, I don't know what do you think she would be.
Well, I mean, I guess she would be a citizen because she came from within, in from the attic, which but technically that is a void to
Mhm.
a different universe.
Okay.
And these memories were technically made up. So I guess but I'll say she's a citizen. Now she is
She's
in
definitely a
our
citizen
hearts.
now. Yeah.
Yes,
She's
absolutely.
she's part of Night Vale and she always will be forever. Thank you, Gretchen.
Yeah. I
Uh
love her ominously floating there too. It's just so spooky.
so yeah, we have our inspiration. We know that Gretchen is a citizen of Night Vale.
Hmm.
Um, do you want her to still be a doll? Or do you want her to sort of evolve into something more?
honestly, I like that she's a doll, but in the same way that like, have you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows? Like
Yes.
Nadia's like doll that has her human soul in it.
That's
I like
perfect.
yes, yes, yes. I love that.
So she's got a human soul. She's probably got human thoughts and feelings. Effectively, she's a human, but in a little plastic body. So
Absolutely.
so we have that idea, we have that concept. Now we can start diving into scores and using the scores to sort of build up her
Okay.
story.
Okay,
So
okay.
hello, citizens. It's me, present Rena, different from past Rena in the video you're watching, and future Rena, who will be with you at Renegade Con. I'm about to make a very silly mistake in this video. In the Welcome to Night Vale role-playing game, you do not allocate any of your essence points to Weird. I misread my own notes. 3 points that we allocated to Weird will instead go to Wretched Gretchen having a second general perk from the start, the Weird general perk. Thank you. System has four main scores, and then we added a fun secret fifth one. Well, it's not a secret. We added a fun fifth
Ooh,
one for Night Vale because you have to, of course.
of
Uh,
course.
so our starting Essence 20 scores are Strength, Speed, Smarts, and Social. And then for Night Vale, we added in Weird because
Okay.
everything's just a little weird.
Yes.
And characters will start with 1 point in each essence score, and then you've got nine to sort of spread around as you see fit.
Okay.
None of them can be greater than eight. So that's, we can't give her a 10 in strength, unfortunately, which I don't think would make
Okay.
sense because she's got a little plastic doll body.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, let's
Okay.
start
So
figuring out.
how do you determine
That's
the
the best part
numbers?
of this. You get to decide how, like,
Oh,
smart is she compared to her strength, to her speed, to her social.
okay. Which one? We start with strength first.
Yeah, let's start with strength.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think she
write them down.
needs to be terribly strong,
Mm,
because I feel like she's more cunning than anything.
definitely.
Like all of her manipulations are probably mental
Okay.
more than like strong. And she has a tiny little doll body.
She does have a tiny little doll body. That's true. So,
Otherwise, she'd be have to be like ant like strength, like where ants can carry like 10 times their weight or something.
I mean, she does give off the vibe that she might.
Okay, well,
But let's
maybe
see.
stronger than a doll would be,
Stronger than
but
a regular
let's
doll, but not as strong as a full human.
yes.
So let's drop two in there for now, and we can move them around
Okay,
if we need. That still gives you
that's great.
seven to work with for the other four stats.
Okay, okay.
So next is speed.
I think she's fast.
She's fast. She's scary fast.
I think she's kind of scary, especially like as a doll. Anytime you see like a spooky movie where there's like a doll or a puppet and they just like skitter across,
Oh,
do you know what I
that's
mean?
I do know what
So
you mean.
upsetting. So
Yeah.
upsetting.
So she's definitely got some good speed to her.
Yes.
Let's see. Do you want to give her like a four?
Yeah, let's give her like a 4.
Okay. And then smarts?
I think she's pretty smart.
Pretty
I mean,
smart.
yeah, I think she's smart. I don't think she's like the most smart. Like she's not
Uh-huh.
an evil villain smart, but I think she's like cunning enough to make things destructive.
Okay. Yeah. We'll drop 1 point in smarts then, and that still
Great.
gives you
Then we
so
have one for weird.
we do have one for weird, yes.
Okay.
We could actually have two for weird if you only want to put one in social. I don't know how charismatic and
Oh,
poised Gretchen is.
no, I don't think she's charismatic or poised. She
Okay.
would, yeah, I think she would lean more. I think that's where she's probably lacking, or she could, learn some skills
Mhm.
there. But,
Yeah, we're all growing.
right, of course, we're all growing and we're not perfect. But I think yes, she should be not very social, but I think she should be very weird.
Should be very weird. Okay, so that gives us three in weird, but she still has four in strength. Do you want to move one of her strength points to weird?
Actually, yeah, like let's move. Because I'm like, should we move one of those points to smart
Ooh.
and keep weird?
Yeah, because then she could be
Where,
she could be pretty fairly balanced.
okay, let's do that. Let's do
Okay,
that.
so she's got three in strength, four in
Okay.
speed, two in smarts, 2 in social, and 3 in weird.
Just like her mother.
Just like her mother. She's not that weird compared to the rest of Night Vale, honestly.
No, 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 no. I know there's weirder
Yeah.
characters out there. I know that.
So the next thing that we get to choose are influence, origin, role, and general perk. And I'm going to read the descriptions for these because they
Okay.
summarize it better than I could. So, influence is your character's personality or backstory, such as curious or popular. You can have up to 3 influences, and your influences help define roleplay hooks and motivation. For origin, that will be your character's position or background, such as dragon or student. You have 1 origin, and your origin sometimes gives you additional essence points and skills.
Hmm.
Your role is your character's profession or passion in Night Vale, like a journalist or a soldier. You have 1 role. Your role also grants you additional essence points and skills and determines your playstyle and sort of it's like your build.
Okay.
And then general perk is you gain 1 general perk to help customize your character's talents or area of expertise. So, and we've
Okay.
got a real big list of all of these in our character creation guide for Night Vale.
Oh, this is fun. Okay. So everyone gets to create their own characters or
Yes.
just use the characters that we have available.
There's options for both.
Okay.
We make it really easy to just sort of pick up some of our pre-generated characters. Got a couple of really good ones. One of them is a scorpion, which is why I was like, it's fine that Gretchen's a doll. We have a scorpion on the staff.
Absolutely. I don't think it would be strange at all to see a doll walking down the street of Night Vale.
No. You'd have to keep an eye out for her though. You might knock her over.
Yeah.
But yeah, or you can like sit. I have a lot of fun like sitting and building characters. So I always try and set aside at least 1 session to do all of that. And I
Okay.
think that a lot of our fans are also going to be really into building their characters and finally living in Night Vale.
Oh, that's amazing.
Each pre-generated character in Night Vale has at least 1 influence. Influences come in a lot of forms. They're common experiences, careers, hobbies, lifestyles, etc.
Okay.
So we've got I'll just list all of them off, and then once I've gone through them, if there are any that like stick, I'll go back and I'll read the descriptions.
Okay. I think rebellious, maybe.
Yeah, rebellious. Down with Strex Corp, down with their subsidiaries. That will sure keep you busy. The influence perk is don't back down. Your drive means you don't take failure lying down. You may reroll any 1 die rolled as part of a skill test once per scene.
I really like that.
Yeah,
I like rebellious.
she's very, again, just like her mother.
Exactly. Down with
Rebellious
Strex Corp.
indeed. Let's check out the potential hangups then, which are gluten tolerant, heretical, and interloper.
Yes, yes, because technically she was an interloper
She
through
was.
the portal in the attic.
Perfect. Yes. So, and our interloper description is you were once from somewhere else, and residents of Night Vale still treat you with some manner of suspicion. You take less 1 point when making cultural skill tests against Night Vale citizens or recalling information about Night Vale, which I think makes perfect sense for her. She has only
Absolutely.
lived here, I guess, as long as Tamika has had her.
I would say because that's the most recent live show, so
Mhm.
2 years probably.
Yeah. So she's living in Night Vale. She's thriving, but people are still giving her a little bit of space. Not because she's a doll, just because she's new.
Yeah.
And now we get to jump to origins, which is very exciting. Your
Okay.
origin describes a major portion of who you were before you heard the call to adventure. No matter where you went or what you did, you kept receiving that call on your cell phone, through the television, from the payphones that appear on Night Vale's corners when the moon is waning. Maybe you shouldn't have answered. So we've
Mhm.
also got another fun long list of these.
I feel like I like, I mean, I feel like she's an outsider. She truly is. But for some reason, I was also drawn to hobbyist
Yeah, let's take a look
because,
at we can take a look at both of them and see which one
okay,
calls
okay.
to you more. Hobbyist. You're inspired to create, whether by composing or performing music, putting paint to canvas, whipping up a 5-course meal, or engaging in any similar pursuit. When you choose this origin, be sure to specify how you express yourself. I do
Hmm.
like the idea of her cooking up a 5-course meal.
I I feel like she has like some sort of artistic pursuit. Like
She does.
that's the
She
only
must as a doll.
right, right. But
And
I feel
then,
like it's somewhere in the beauty sphere. But go ahead.
oh no, that's great. She's a beauty guru doll. Her skin's
Well,
always
if
flawless.
absolutely. When I actually made my Wretched Gretchen doll, which I don't have anymore, I gave to someone at the last show.
Oh,
Yeah. I had painted her, well, one side, her original face, with like eyelashes, and she had like red lips and stuff. So I was
yeah.
like, oh, girl's got a full beat on.
She does.
And
And yeah,
then
like and even this one, I'll
I
remove her
know, I
from her
love that you
floating
did
blue.
that. And
She's got
also
her
our hair
beat.
matches a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you, Gretchen,
Okay,
for letting me
okay,
grab you.
hobbyist. That's a strong one. What's the other one was outsider, right?
Outsider, yes. You're not from Night Vale. Maybe you're from Desert Bluffs or Michigan. When you arrived, you were surrounded by the citizens and followed around as they chanted Interloper. However, eventually the angry mob broke apart and you were able to make your home among them, though you're still unsure of some of the secret rules that everyone else seems to know. I feel like because she came in with Tamika, that might not have she
It's I think it's less, yeah, I think she's still like she does have those tendencies like that in her personality
Mhm.
because she wasn't born and bred there, but because she did come in with Tamika, I don't feel like people would be like fully
I
fully
think
there's a
you're
little
right.
bit of acceptance there. Yeah.
And
So
I like
yeah,
hobbyists.
hobbyist, beauty influencer, guru to the
Perfect. Beautiful beauty guru. And
that's
her
right.
origin perk is everything is inspiration. All your experiences help to fuel your art in one way or another. You add an additional story point to the player pool at the beginning of each game session and once per scene when you fail a skill test. Which I love about our system is that even failing is not necessarily a bad thing.
Okay,
Uh,
so you can like learn things from your
yeah,
failures? Oh,
yeah.
like life.
Just like So we've also got a couple of roles. Roles are main functions that your character serves as part of a team or party or town in this case.
Okay.
Uh, your character may be a scientist, soldier. We've got five of them.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll give you the names and then we can jump into the longer descriptions. The options are farmer, journalist, politician, scientist, and soldier.
Oof.
And I can give you like the short descriptions of them if you'd like.
Let's let's actually look at the scientist.
Scientist. Okay. A researcher embedded in learning about Night Vale, the world, the universe, the weird house that doesn't exist, and everything else. Scientists are naturally curious and need to find a reason for everything that exists and works, which sometimes puts them at odds with Night Vale leadership.
Okay. What other area do we think that as a role that she would be able to fill?
I'm very partial to Soldier myself. Not like for
Okay,
me
that's probably my
personally.
second choice, soldier. Well, I mean, it fits very well
It
into my
does.
character, but as well, but I mean a little bit of politician too. But honestly, I think soldier could be interesting. Can you tell me that
Yeah.
description?
Whether from World War II, the Blood Space War, or even a soldier trained in battle during the Strex Corps Company picnic, soldiers are hardy and brave. They're often the first in combat and the last out. So I think that does go with her rebellious side for sure.
Yeah, and I think, any relationship with Tamika, you have to be a bit of a soldier, don't you?
Just a bit. She's gonna be giving orders.
Exactly.
So let's grab the rest of the soldier info. Night Vale owes so much to the soldiers calling the cozy desert town home. The Blood Space War veterans fought against time travelers and strange unknown entities that tried to alter the universe's makeup, while the various guerrilla rebel groups helped liberate the town from a heinous corporate takeover. The masked warriors assisted with fighting back against the Smiling God and chasing off the encroachment of desert bluffs while ensuring the safety of many beloved citizens. And our first example of a soldier is Tamika Flynn. So she has an equipment benefit. Weapons training. Soldiers vary between traditional weapons training and unconventional training by other warlike Night Vale societies. Soldiers are extremely comfortable using traditional guns and can usually find something to use as a weapon around them if they're not just using their bodies as the point of violence.
I love that.
They're also
Approve.
they're also gruff and loyal, so I
Oh,
think that also works really well when you're somebody's
absolutely.
beloved doll.
Yes.
Probably
Beloved
very
haunted
loyal.
doll at
But
that. Yeah.
yeah, you build a connection.
Yeah, and a little bit of darkness and probably would be a bit gruff.
Oh yeah. And she's got some perks. As a soldier, you have a lot of connections, be it old comrades, people looking to get your support in politics, or just citizens looking to take care of you. You get access to weapons with a cost of wealth 15 or less without needing a skill test. You gain an edge on wealth tests to obtain weapons. That's free
Oh,
guns right there.
love it. Guns, baby.
Rugged frame, you've been trained and conditioned to handle so much more than the standard everyday citizen. She definitely can. She can
Oh,
handle
absolutely. And
everything.
even in her outfit, like her outfit will still be in place and she'll
Yes.
be kicking butt and taking names.
And absolutely flawless. And at level one, which is what we're building, you get to choose one of two focus options. And I have a feeling I know which one you're going to pick, but I'll read them both just to be safe. The first one is Blood Space War Veteran, a soldier who fought among the mysterious combatants of the Blood Space War, including the Emissary, or Strex Corp Rebel, a member of Tamika's
Mm.
militia who participated in the revolution at the infamous Strex Corp Company picnic.
What to choose, what to choose. No,
Yeah.
she's with me all the way.
She was there on the battlefield. And that means that she gets the first level perk of guerrilla tactics. You know, those underground rebel groups you've maintained connections with, and those who want to see you on higher ground. You gain access to the grappling hook special weapon found in Chapter 3. Additionally, you
Ooh,
gain an edge on wealth tests to obtain contraband. So she can access weapons, contraband, she's got it all. And
of
she looks
course she
flawless.
does. Of course. I'm also the grappling hook, just be like,
I'll have to make her a little one now to go with her on the
oh yes.
display.
Just her like belaying down a little wall. Oh, that would be so cute.
She's a perfect spy too. Yeah,
Absolutely. She could be in a room and you might not even know.
it's a little scary.
And
I
she
mean,
could
I
defend
can see
herself.
her right now, so I know she's where she is right now. But if I'm not looking at her, oh,
Yeah, hey, she could disappear at any moment
uh,
and be ready to attack.
I've yeah, like now I've got to be on edge, on ready.
Yeah, just
Uh,
every once in a while, look over your shoulder.
I'll put her with the other dolls, and maybe they'll keep her in line.
What other dolls?
Oh, and then general perks. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. So, in addition to gaining a general perk at first level as part of step 3 of character creation, your citizen gains general perks as they level up. So,
Okay.
I will read, we've got a lot of general perks. So, this one, you just stop me when you hear one that sounds good. Makeup tutorials.
Makeup tutorials. Do
Makeup
it.
tutorials. You paid extra attention to the lessons given by the faceless old woman in your bedroom during the twilight hours. When pretending to be someone else, you gain an edge on deception and infiltration skill tests.
Spy
She's a spy. She's perfect. She's
and
wonderful.
an influencer. I love it. A multitasking queen.
But from there, I mean, there's, numbers that go on a sheet, things like that. But that's the basics of Wretched Gretchen. She's a rebellious hobbyist soldier who knows how to sneak into places and who can wield heavy weapons and has a good time doing it, I think.
Wow. Okay, this is even cooler than I thought. I was like, oh, this will be fun and really cute, but like the options that you had just made it so much more fun.
Oh yeah, and we didn't even get to go through all of them and like
Oh my
the
gosh.
level ups that you get as you continue to play and all of the fun perks that you get for working as a team and I could go on, but the game by the time this comes out, the game will not be in everybody's hands yet, so I don't want to say too much.
Okay, okay. Leave something to the imagination.
Yes, we will leave something to the imagination as long as it's not Gretchen's imagination because I am a little bit scared of what her thoughts are like.
Disturbed. Disturbed.
We can go through some of the equipment categories and decide sort of what she keeps on her.
Okay.
Um, so actually, I guess what do you think, like what sort of weapons do you think she uses? Because this one we can play a little fast and loose with. We mostly go like on what the classification of the weapon is, and
I
then
I think
decide
she's
its
a
stat.
very much a close-up type
Ooh.
type fighter. So it's some sort of like a, a knife situation, like some
Hmm.
sort of brass knuckles to a knife situation. Um,
Ooh.
do you know what I mean? Like zombie killer
Yeah.
style. Like that to me is like because she already has like a razor sharp hair.
Yes.
So she like could probably wield that. But maybe some sort of thing where it like on her nails she can,
That's
you know,
really
like
cool.
scratch or something.
Yeah. So we'll equip her with a dagger, but we know that it's her nails. And
Yes.
I will try and she her nails aren't done, but I will
Neither are mine, girl.
yeah, neither are mine. But that's very cool. And then the last thing that we sort of do that some people do is wealth, which is based on dice rolls. But I think actually Gretchen's wealth is Tamika's wealth, I would assume.
I would provide for my child.
Of course.
I would provide. She would get a strict allowance. But I
Oh,
feel like
that's
she also steals.
she must, just because she
She's
can.
gotta steal. Like I feel like she's gotta do petty crimes to keep her from like doing larger ones.
Hmm. Just to get it
You
out of her
know,
system.
absolutely, absolutely.
Well,
That's
I
how
think
she's learned to cope.
that's her outsider influence.
Yeah.
Wow. You really are something, Gretchen. I'm so
Yeah, Gretchen.
excited for everybody to play you because we'll release the character sheet. So if anybody wants to add Gretchen to their game, they
Please
can.
do.
And tell us about it. Tell Symphony, tell me, tell the
Yeah.
world. The Okay, I do have one more thing if I can find it. Is I have a Strex pet wandering around here.
Stop. Oh.
So this is some SMM, and he helped with some of the marketing on the campaign.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Yeah, and he's very
The
good at sitting
giant
in my
eye.
office, and I think he and Gretchen are going to be good friends.
Oh, yes. That is so cute. I love that the eyes are like completely on the other side.
There,
That's
shout out Jessica Hayworth and her beautiful illustration because that was the full inspiration. I was like, I'm going to make exactly this.
kudos because that looks really great. Oh, I love it and I hate it.
They bite a lot, so I do have
Oh,
to be
yeah, they're
very careful.
bitey, little ankle biters.
Yeah. But I think Gretchen can keep him in line. So I think that
Oh,
they'll go well
absolutely.
together.
They're like the same, they're not quite the same height. So I think Gretchen would be like,
She could probably like
maybe she
almost
rides it.
yeah, ride him like a mount.
Yes.
There she goes.
She, oh, that's, that's great.
It's perfect. That's exactly what Thank you, Gretchen and Sum, for behaving through this whole call.
Yeah.
Although I told them we were calling you, so
Oh, good. Thank you. Because they knew I would be upset
yes, and they
if
would
they were
never
acting up.
want to earn your wrath.
No,
Thank you so much for joining us for this and for like sitting and having fun with me. We probably filmed some panel stuff too, but I think we were just having a good time.
absolutely. That was super fun. You can find me on Good Morning Night Vale. We do 2 episodes a month and we talk about every episode going back to the beginning. So if you want to re-listen to episodes with us and get some super cool, hyper cool kid content, backstage pass sort of stuff, that is where you'll find me and Meg and Hal Lublin, who plays Steve Carlsberg, and then Meg, who's the proverb lady and also plays Deb, the sentient patch of haze.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Symphony, and thank
Of
you to
course.
our Renegade Con watchers. If you have not already pre-ordered the Welcome to Night Vale role-playing game, you can do so right now at the link in the description. And if you have already pre-ordered it, well, we'll see you soon.